Hey there. Today is Thursday. Surgery was Tuesday. So, I guess this is day 2. I don't know. So the pain is pretty gruesome. And my skin graft is leaking. But he said it was going to leak. So, it has a special dressing on it that comes off by itself when it's ready. But the blood is leaking out. So I put a gauze pad there and taped it to where it's leaking so it doesn't get on anything. Fortunately, I got some chucks to lay on my bed so my stuff doesn't get disgusting. And I have a really dark blanket. Well, this one here. So, and it's old if it gets anything on it. But my dog was afraid of me. He's with me now. Here he is in here. But he was afraid of me at first. Because I guess this is called a chin strap. It's to support your jaw. And it can come off in a week. I can take it off next Tuesday. But I have a feeling that it's keeping my jaw from like flopping. And that would hurt. So who knows? If by next Tuesday there's less pain, maybe I will take it off. And he called last night and said I can take a shower, that this stuff won't come off. It's waterproof. The thing on my leg won't come off. But I don't feel up to a shower. But there's a lot of drooling going on, so my hair was so disgusting. I sleep on my right side. Pretty grossed out. So I want a shower, but I'm just not up to it. So what happened was I started to go to the dental school in Philadelphia to get new dentures done. The price of the dentures there were very cheap, plus you could make payments at the dental school. So I started going there. It's a 2-hour drive. So they were taking the impressions, and I have videos of that. And then they must have talked to the head of the school, and then he came over, and him and then another guy came over, and they were looking at my mouth and the bottom here. So they decided that because of my cleft palate thing, that the top is good. My dentures do, when they're made right, have a really good suction. He's right. So I'm not going to need implants up here, but the bottom, I need implants because I lost my back teeth when I was younger because being in surgery, having lots of surgery, and I was in a coma for a while. And, you're not brushing your teeth when you have tubes in your mouth. And sometimes that, ruins your teeth. And so thus it did. It seemed like every time I had a surgery, I would lose a couple in the back here. Just on the bottom for some reason. So because I lost these so long ago, the bone had deteriorated. So all I had here was my front bone was good. So the bottom denture was just like kind of hanging there. And as soon as I would take a drink, anything, it would just float away. So I couldn't wear them. They weren't made right. But he said even if they were made right, that it was going to have a hard time staying put because of the lack of bone. So he said to me, I don't want to get your hopes up, but in about 6 months, we're going to be starting a new program for implants for people with low income. And he said it will probably cost me nothing. So I was like, okay, sounds good to me. And even though my insurance paid for my dentures that were crappy, somehow they even got my dentures covered through my insurance. So I'm not even going to have to pay for the denture part anymore. That was the only thing I was going to have to pay for. I got a letter from my insurance saying that they approved new top and bottom dentures. So he said 6 months, and then it was like 2 weeks later, and they called me and were like, come on in, we want to see you for a, pre-op, post-op, whatever. I went in, he looked at my mouth, looked at the x-rays, told me that it could take 3 surgeries. Number 1, they would take some flesh off my leg, sand down the bone so it's all flat and equal, and put the flesh there and sew over it. That's number 1. Number 2 would be either, it could be a bovine bone, a cadaver bone that they put on top of the flesh step. Again, opening it up, putting it on, sewing it over. So I'm going to go through this again. But I opting for the rib because I don't want my body to reject anything. So I'm going to have my rib pieces put in so that my body doesn't reject it, because I don't want that. Now, so next, the second surgery would be the bone part. Now, he said that he might be able to do the bone and the implants as the next surgery, so that I don't have to do this 3 times. So that's what I'm hoping for. That would be great. That would be wonderful. So, it is very rough, and my family is very questioning why I would do this to myself. But you haven't seen me in a year or so, really, because of depression. Without my teeth, I just feel terrible. I mean, I guess it's because I'm a woman and vanity, who knows, but I just feel so depressed. And not only that, I went from being a pretty much vegetarian to now eating, and I stayed away from carbs because being carbs turned to fat really easy on me because of my birth defect in my stomach. So, yeah, I gained weight because I'm eating rice, potatoes, pasta. Only things that are soft because I can't chew. I can cut up chicken really tiny, but I really didn't eat meat before. I can't really. Salad, I choke on. I can eat like cooked carrots if they're real mushy. Everything has to be like overdone to the point that it's disgusting, Anyway, it is going to be worth it. And so if you're going to get this done, you just have to be prepared that it's going to be painful. And he told me that because of my fibromyalgia and AMPS, it's amplified pain syndrome, that it's going to be worse because of them. And so maybe if you have this done, it won't be this bad because you don't have fibromyalgia and AMPS, hopefully. But I figure I'll just take you on my journey because this way you're prepared, for what's going to come your way. Lots of drooling. Cordell said I was like in sleeping and like he said he was worried because I was making like gurgling noises, but I sleep on my side. They say to keep your head elevated for swelling, so I've been doing that. Ice bag on, and this is an infrared. Help with pain and swelling. I have a big one over there, but because I lay on this side, it's harder for me to use right now, but So I just use this. I had that one on last night while I was laying on my back watching TV or whatever we were doing. But yeah, I saw that the infrared helps with swelling and also healing. So I'm on it. I'm trying to get myself back in condition. The worst, not the worst, but the weirdest thing is that I hurt my knee the day before surgery, and that sucker is hurting so bad. I was in my car, I stretched back to get my coat. Somehow I popped something in my knee to where I couldn't bend my knee without me crying. It was terrible. And I think I told the doctor what happened. I think he bent it for me and popped it while I was under. So now it just hurts all around because it got popped. It'll take time to heal. But I have a knee brace on. But oh man, that's just another added pain thing. And then I stubbed my toe. You know how it is? Like insult to injury. Here we go, right? It's funny. Funny, not funny. So I live in Pennsylvania. So I went to the Philadelphia Penn Hospital. And the dental thing is called William Shatner dental wing kind of thing. I mean, he donated the whatever over there. But they're so nice there. And when you go to the school, you know, the students are doing everything, but every step they do, the teacher will come over and check to make sure they did it right. And if they didn't, he will instruct them and fix what they did if they did anything not right. So I feel really confident that I'm going to get a nice set of dentures throughout this. So one thing she said about my original dentures, the ones that aren't made right, is the reason why my mouth up here is caving in is that when they make the upper denture, they're supposed to make it wider to help your face not cave in. So, and then mine is very narrow, and so obviously that's one of the reasons why it doesn't stay in there or anything. They just messed it up. And I think that was my fourth set of dentures from them trying to fix them. And I was just like, screw it, I'm done here. I mean, it was a 2-hour drive there to Lancaster. Anyway, so when they're going to re-measure everything now after this because we were in the process. She said she'll think they'll only have to redo the bottom because the top shouldn't have changed. But if I know them, they're going to double check it anyway and make sure everything's kosher. So, if you're, whatever state you're in, you know, find where your dental school is. If not, I mean, you can go to one nearby, like Philadelphia, if you're in Jersey. But I know New Jersey has a dental school because my aunt goes there. But, you know, if you're looking for implants, question it. Say, you know, mention about a program that's just starting. Because this is going to be a lifesaver for me. I'm 55. I've probably got another 30 years on me because my family is a long lifer. Even if not, you know, I just want to be able to eat and be healthy like I was before, you know. So, and in this journey, what I've learned is you got to ask a lot of questions. If you're thinking in your brain something's not right, but you don't want to question them because you're just not a dentist, it doesn't hurt to ask questions, especially after watching videos like this. You know, make sure they're building the denture up so that your face doesn't cave in down the road. You know, there's things that need to be done. They build up the denture so that, you know, it gives you that youthful look instead of, you know, I didn't have these lines before. They're less right now because my face is swollen. But literally, my mouth looked like an old lady smoker mouth, you know, all wrinkled in. And, you know, I'm maybe an old lady, but I'm not a smoker. So, if you have any questions, you know, I'll do my best to answer, sorry. And my skin graft, let's go peek and see what it's doing. I'm sorry. But it's just me. There's my sweetie. There's my puppy with mom. Yeah, I love you too. You're a good boy. Oh, he hates the camera. Who cares, right? I'll get over here to my... Hopefully you're not going to see anything gross. I can't see what you're seeing because, you know... So it was leaking out of this spot here. So I just taped a gauze pad at the end where it was leaking. Now he said it was going to leak. So this is the blood in here. And that's what's leaking out the side over here. But he said it would. And he said that this bandage is made to peel away by itself. Like once the skin graft is healed, it will lift away, and he said it will come off all by itself. So I'm not to touch that. And it's waterproof, so I can take a shower. No heat allowed on the skin graft area. No ice allowed on it for some reason. Nothing. Told not to put anything on it. I haven't even infrareded it because I don't know. I don't know. Look, I don't want to mess anything up. So, and if you ask them, they're like, they don't really know. A lot of them don't know about infrared and the healing light kind of thing. So, they're just like, what? I gotta show you my dog right now. Hopefully you can see him. He's so spoiled. Are you spoiled, bud? Hey, are you spoiled, puppy? I hate the camera, mommy. Get that camera out of my face. I love you. I love you too. Yeah, I love you. He's so good to me. He has kind of learned to be careful on my leg, which I'm really happy about. Because when I first got home, you know, I had to yell at him. Because he was so excited. I was gone all day. And I felt bad, but, you know, I have to protect myself. But now he's pretty good. And he's listening. Like when I tell him to stop. You know, don't move kind of thing. Another thing that's helping is I got cough drops with a numbing whatever in it. Honey, lemon, something, but those are really helping. I suck on that and it keeps my mouth from hurting so much. So, oh, and Luigi Ice. I had one of them yesterday. I only have one, so I gotta try to see if I can get somebody to go out and get some more of that. Well, I gotta wait till payday. Payday's not for a little bit, but yeah, I need some Italian ice. I have popsicles, but I don't think I can fit them in my mouth. Because this is about it. When I'm eating oatmeal, I put a little spoon and it's like a baby all over my face. Because I can't open my mouth to get anything in it. But oh well. So I'll keep you updated. Any questions, put it down below. And I'll do my best. And I'm just hoping that now, if anybody out there is in need of dental care, those schools, it's just amazing that you can get this work done and, you know, it's covered under Medicaid or through their grants. That's what they were telling me. There's grants, and if you don't have Medicaid, if you're got more money kind of thing. And then payments. And when she said payments, she was like, $10 a month. So that's cool. Like almost everybody can afford $10 a month. Alrighty, I'm gonna go because I, another thing is I've been using is for pain is a vape. It says no smoking, but this is just steam. And so it's actually helped me get rid of some pain as well. Alrighty, I'm gonna go. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.